while since we last posted a mock draft.
Any potential landing spots, Arizona, as something that could potentially happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Now, before we start, a note that the draft order is courtesy of Tankathon, so thank you to the good folks there. With that, here's our mid-season edition of the 2023 NFL First Round Mock Draft. Number 1, Arizona Cardinals, Caleb Williams. Regardless of how Kyler Murray performs the rest of the way, the Cardinals won't be able to pass on the opportunity to draft a 5-star QB prospect. Williams is everything you want in a franchise quarterback, and the Cardinals' long-struggling franchise will enjoy a breath of new life with the 2022 Heisman Trophy winner leading the way. Number 2, Chicago Bears from Carolina Panthers, Drake May. Justin Fields has had 3 years to prove himself as franchise QB, and you know what? It simply has not happened. This is Chicago's opportunity to hit the reset button with a QB that the head coach / GM regime is sold on. And a poised pocket passer like May is exactly what the organization needs right now. Number 3, Chicago Bears, Marvin Harrison Jr. Now that the Bears have a new franchise QB, they can put the cherry on top of the draft by taking a generational wide receiver prospect in Marvin Harrison Jr. The son of the Pro Football Hall of Famer will be ready to step in and contribute right away. An offensive nucleus of May, Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert should give Bears fans plenty to get excited about. Number 4, New York Giants, Olu Fashanu. Some Giants fans will want a QB here, but there's just no sense in replacing Daniel Jones if they can't fix football's worst pass protection first. The Giants have one franchise cornerstone at offensive tackle in Andrew Thomas. 2022 first-rounder Evan Neal has not come as advertised, so the best bet is to shift him to guard and take a can't-miss tackle here in Olu Fashanu. The Penn State product and Thomas would immediately form a rock-solid offensive tackle pairing. Number 5, New England Patriots, J.J. McCarthy. Not sure if Bill Belichick will be the coach or not in 2024, but the bottom line is that New England needs a reboot at quarterback. McCarthy is as calm, cool, and collected as it gets for a quarterback. The Patriots just need a QB who can make the smart decisions and avoid the mind-numbing mistakes that Jones has made all too often. Number 6, Los Angeles Rams, Brock Bowers. The Rams have a top-tier receiving duo in Cooper Kupp and rookie sensation Puka Nacua, but it's clear that more help is needed for Matt Stafford and company. Georgia tight end Brock Bowers is the play here. Opposing defenses would have to pick their poison with Kupp, Nacua, and Bowers running a 3-headed pass-catching monster. There is no telling what a TD machine like Bowers could do in a Sean McVay-coached offense. Number 7, Green Bay Packers, Rome Odunze. Green Bay hasn't used a first-round pick on a wide receiver since 2002. That's when they took Javon Walker. Well, that streak mercilessly ends with the selection of the Washington Huskies standout receiver. Christian Watson is best suited as a number 2 receiver for the pack. Odunze would immediately step in as Jordan Love's go-to weapon and finally give Green Bay a capable game changer in the post-Aaron Rodgers / Devontae Adams era. Number 8, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Michael Penix Jr. Penix Jr. is putting together a Heisman-caliber season with the Huskies here in 2023. The Bucs are a competent QB option away from re-emerging as a playoff contender in the NFC. With Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, if the Buccaneers re-sign him that is, and a top-tier offensive line in front of him, Penix Jr. would be in a good spot to succeed right away. Number 9, Denver Broncos, Kool-Aid McKinstry. With Russell Wilson showing noticeable improvement under Sean Payton, this is not the time for the Broncos to eye a new QB. Rather, how about pairing Patrick Surtain II with Alabama's Kool-Aid McKinstry? Now you're talking about the NFL's best cornerback tandem to combat the many elite QBs in the AFC, namely Patrick Mahomes, of course. Number 10, Tennessee Titans, Joe Alt. The Titans used their 2023 first-round pick on Peter Skoronski to essentially replace longtime veteran mainstay Taylor Lewan. A good start, but more is needed on a leaky pass protection group. Will Levis will appreciate a Skoronski-Alt tandem as his edge protectors for years to come. The Titans will be well established in the trenches with these two fronting the O-line. Number 11, Atlanta Falcons, Bo Nix. It'd be a travesty if the Falcons went anywhere but QB here. Desmond Ridder ain't it, and Taylor Heineke is merely a short-term option. Atlanta has most of the chess pieces in place to field a top 5 offense. minus the quarterback. Oregon's Bo Nix could do very special things with an offense consisting of Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. Not to mention that the Falcons already have a top-tier offensive line. Number 12, Washington Commanders, Dallas Turner. There is suddenly a need for edge rushing help with Chase Young and Montez Sweat getting traded ahead of the deadline. Turner has emerged as a game-wrecking force under the legendary Nick Saban. This should be a smooth transition to the NFL for him. And the new Commanders ownership group will welcome a player of his caliber with open arms. Number 13, Indianapolis Colts, Chop Robinson. DeForest Buckner and Kwity Paye already give Shane Steichen and company two game-changing pass rushers to work around, but hey, why stop there? Penn State defensive end Chop Robinson could be the final piece needed for Indy's defense to make the jump from mediocre to great. Number 14, Las Vegas Raiders, J.C. Latham. Colton Miller is a rock on the Raiders' O-line, but there isn't much else to like about the pass protection up front. This is the opportunity for the new Raiders brass to rebuild the unit and add another world-class pass blocker in Alabama's J.C. Latham to the mix. Together, Latham and Miller would make life that much easier for Vegas' starting QB in 2024 and beyond. Number 15, Arizona Cardinals from Houston Texans, Laiatu Latu. The Cardinals have a lot of holes to fill, so they might be at the take the best player available at this point. Head coach Jonathan Gannon comes from a defensive background and would appreciate a certified sack specialist in UCLA's Laiatu Latu. Arizona's D is devoid of playmakers in the front seven, but Latu would single-handedly change the dynamic of this defense. Number 16, New York Jets, Amarius Mims. 2020 first-rounder Mekhi Becton has not developed as hoped, and Dwayne Brown is not a starter at this point of his career. The Jets gotta go O-line here, and Mims would immediately serve as an upgrade at tackle for Robert Saleh's group. Number 17, Los Angeles Chargers, Leonard Taylor III. The Bolts already have two all-world edge rushers in Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, but they don't have anybody on the interior D-line who can stop a nosebleed. Add Miami Hurricanes standout Leonard Taylor to the mix and watch the problem take care of itself. Taylor is a superb run stopper, something the Bolts have greatly lacked under Brandon Staley. Number 18, Buffalo Bills, Keon Coleman. Buffalo has been looking for a capable WR2 to complement superstar Stephon Diggs. Gabe Davis hasn't been able to fill that role, but the big-bodied Coleman should have no problem making it work with Josh Allen. The 6'4", 215-pound Coleman has taken his game to another level with Florida State. His ceiling is so high that you shouldn't be surprised if he even overtakes Diggs as the new WR1 in Buffalo. Number 19, New Orleans Saints, Malik Neighbors. The Saints really don't have any pressing needs, with Derek Carr finally giving them a competent option at QB. This could be another case of taking the best player available, and we would love to see LSU's Malik Neighbors and Pete Carmichael's offense. With Michael Thomas getting up there in age, the Saints can groom his replacement and move forward with an offensive nucleus of Carr, Neighbors, Alvin Kamara, and Chris Olave. Woohoo! Giddy up! Number 20, Minnesota Vikings, Shedeur Sanders. The most fun pick to make in this mock draft exercise. Somebody has gotta take a chance on primetime Sun. And we just can't stop envisioning the idea of Shedeur throwing darts to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. Number 21, Dallas Cowboys, Cooper DeJean. The Cowboys secondary simply isn't the same monster without a healthy Trayvon Diggs. In other words, Jerry Jones might want to shore up the Cowboys' cornerback depth, and quickly. Renowned for his speed and ability to line up anywhere in the secondary, Iowa's Cooper DeJean would be a tremendous fit alongside Diggs. Number 22, Pittsburgh Steelers, Troy Fautanu. The Steelers have filled most of their roster needs under GM Omar Khan, but we'd sure like to see them fix up Kenny Pickett's pass protection up front. Washington's Troy Fautanu is a stonewall of a pass blocker who could form a scary good tandem alongside rising star Broderick Jones. Number 23, Houston Texans from Cleveland Browns, Jazon Newton. Houston wisely traded up via Arizona to take Will Anderson Jr. third overall this year. Anderson Jr. is a soon-to-be superstar of his own, but D'Amico Ryans and company could certainly use another stud pass rusher to round out a promising young defense. Newton does it all as a brick wall of a run defender and an explosive pass rusher. Number 24, Cincinnati Bengals, Emeka Egbuka. With T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd both likely to leave for free agency, the Bengals can find one cheap replacement here in the Ohio State product. Egbuka is a smooth route runner and dangerous deep threat who would open up the passing game for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Losing Higgins and Boyd hurts, but Agbooka can easily slot in as their new WR2 right away. Number 25, Seattle Seahawks, Jared Verse. If Geno Smith doesn't pick it up in the second half, we can't help but wonder if Seattle will consider a new QB here. That's a pretty big if, though. So let's go with the best player available here for John Schneider and company. Seattle boasts one of football's best defensive lines, but none of these guys carry Verse's ceiling. The Florida State star, who racked up 9 sacks a year ago, can take over a game in a heartbeat with his motor and explosive speed off the edge. Number 26, San Francisco 49ers, JT Tuimoloau. With no clear-cut roster weaknesses, the 49ers can happily sit back and take the top player available on their board. We believe that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan will have a tough time passing on a guy like Ohio State's JT Tuimoloau, who would add another layer of pass-rushing prowess to complement Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Number 27, Miami Dolphins, Nate Wiggins. With Xavier Howard's getting up there in age, Miami might feel inclined to draft another cornerback to round out the secondary. A tall, physical shutdown corner like Clemson's Nate Wiggins is tailor-made for Vic Fangio's man-to-man defensive schemes. Imagine if the Dolphins had not 2, but 3 all-pro level corners to defend the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. Number 28, Jacksonville Jaguars, Josh Newton. There isn't a pressing need on the Jaguars roster that really stands out, but GM Trent Baalke might be tempted to add another weapon to a stingy secondary led by Tyson Campbell, Andre Sisco, and Darius Williams. Newton possesses excellent speed, footwork, and ball hawking skills that could make him a special playmaker in Duval County. Number 29, Detroit Lions, Kalen King. The Lions struck gold with the second-round selection of Brian Branch, who has quietly emerged as one of football's best cover defensive backs. And now imagine if the Lions added another potential 5-star lockdown guy in Penn State's Kalen King, another big-time playmaker who had 15 pass defenses and 3 INTs a year ago. Number 30, Baltimore Ravens, Braylon Trice. Mike McDonald has quickly turned Baltimore's defense into the NFL's best, but we'd like to see them add another pass-rushing force into the mix. Washington's Braylon Trice, a year removed from a 10-sack season, fits the mold of McDonald's blitz-happy defense. Number 31, Kansas City Chiefs, Adonai Mitchell. Rookie Rashee Rice has shown signs of going into a WR1 for the Chiefs, but they still need another deep threat and red zone weapon to accommodate Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Mitchell has Mike Evans-like upside with great size and speed that make him a dangerous deep threat and TD machine. With Mahomes throwing him the ball, maybe Mitchell becomes the next Mike Evans. Number 32, Philadelphia Eagles, Cameron Kinchens. James Bradbury, Darius Slay, and Kevin Byard aren't getting any younger, so GM Howie Roseman should be ready to jump on the best defensive back available at this point. Kinchens is excellent in coverage and might be the best ball-hawking safety in this class, having recorded 6 interceptions a year ago. But which 2024 NFL Draft prospect do you want your team to select? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.